wow, over the limit. What can I say? Nothing really. Good grief. Honestly, it started off to be a real promising pay per view. That's one thing I can say about that. When I actually did see on YouTube Kane versus Zack Ryder, I thought it was going to be a redemption match, but Kane wins, which is still great because I love Kane and I'm happy to see that. But moving on from there, the one thing that really did kind of pep me up a little bit and give me a little bit of more positive push was the People Power Battle Royal. Now, I was happy about that because I've saw so many wrestlers that I haven't seen in so long. JTG, William Regal, A-Rai, Yoshitatsu. I'm sorry, just seeing that just really hyped me up because I haven't seen those guys in so long and it was so refreshing to see them. I really wanted A-Rai to win. And I know that I had some stuff on Facebook, but I was way off. Unfortunately, the stream was like at least 30 seconds, like a 30-second delay, and anyway, the point is, I really wanted A-Rod to win. Unfortunately, Christian may end up making his debut back, which was good. I didn't really expect him to come back over the limit though, but he came back and ended up winning the Battle Royal. Something I didn't really expect because I didn't even know they were gonna have one. And he, at first, he ended up, as how it was supposed to go was that Santino Marella and Cody Rhodes, it was going to be a toss up of who was going to defend their title, whether or not it was going to be Santino or whether or not it was going to be Cody Rhodes. I was actually looking forward to an IC Championship match, and I got it, and I was happy to see it. And the one thing I can say about that is that it won't be so bad having Christian as an IC champion, him being a champion again. Not so bad. It was just a really crappy way for Cody Rhodes to go out. Like that's the only problem that I had was the finish. And but either or, we got Christian as our champion. The Divas match. I really did not care much for this. I mean, I knew that Layla was gonna win, and Beth could have taken her out at any time, but there was just so much, too many hangups. Like she was just waiting too long to do her slam, and the thing is, I knew already that Layla was gonna keep the belt, and she ended up keeping it. And good grief! And we ended up having a match, like a tag team match, with the Booming Truth versus Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. I'm so happy that it didn't win because I really do feel that something is going that it would have really did him a great disservice if he actually if, talking about Dolph Ziggler. It would have done Dolph Ziggler a great disservice to actually be a tag team champion with Jack Swagger. It wouldn't have done him any good. So I'm happy that the Booming Truth actually kept the belts. I was highly entertained with that match. That was my first main event of the night. Now my second main event of the night was CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. Man, I really did like that match. But I'm gonna be honest, AJ really doesn't have any purpose here. You'd think that she would actually go out and have some kind of interference or have be a distraction or something like that to Daniel Bryan or TC and Punk, but she didn't do anything. She just had a backstage moment saying good luck. Really, if you're going to incorporate a scorned woman inside of a storyline, you want her to be the scorned woman. You want her to actually do something with her character. She got dumped and horribly on well, pretty much worldwide television. You would think that they would actually have her character become the scorned woman to come out and do anything she can to mess up her ex. But nothing here. Still nothing here. Don't get it at all. We had Hunico versus Ryback. Now, why this was in there, I don't know. Why have a filler squash match? I guess just to fill in time, of course. Um, Moving on from there, we had the Funkasaurus versus The Miz. Now, it was kind of a real funky dance off, starting off with The Miz trying to do a really jacked up version of Michael Jackson's Thriller dance. Sorry, MJ. I'm sorry, man. You know that he really did mess up your dance moves. But of course, the Funkasaurus ends up winning. But the one thing that makes me happy about this match is that it wasn't a total squash match. It actually went on a few more minutes, so it wasn't all that bad. Oh, good grief! The main event of the night. Okay, something I really wasn't looking forward to And I really don't want to talk about it yet, so I'm going to go into the Fatal 4-Way. Now, the Fatal 4-Way, of course, really focused on two people, Randy Orton and Sheamus. I'm not going to lie. Even though Randy Orton didn't win, this match really made him look good. And I think it was built to make him look good. And Alberto Del Rio didn't have a shot in the dark. Neither did Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho did everything he could to get himself out there, and he did. Alberto Del Rio ended up having his move. So regardless of the lack of promotion on their side, they really did put on a show. That's one thing I could say about that. They really did put on a show. They really did a good job, regardless of how the little amount of TV time that they had to promote themselves. I really did enjoy this match. It kind of did seem to me that it made Randy Orton look good at coming towards the end. And also, Randy Orton, I don't know, he was dominant for a while. He was dominating everybody. He had a few times when he was actually, taken out, but in the end, Sheamus wins. I'm happy that Sheamus still keeps the belt because I don't want Randy Orton to keep the belt. But my guess is that they're actually going to prolong the feud between Sheamus and Randy Orton. But my question is he a heel or a face? He's not a face anymore. Not for some of the things he's been saying. He's not even a frustrated face. He's a straight up heel, dude. You got to go the heel route. Please go the heel route. Bring my crazy Randy back, please. Okay. Now, moving on to the match I really don't want to talk about, which happens to be the main event. Okay, John Laurinaitis versus John Cena. Good grief. Okay, did we all know that John Laurinaitis is going to keep his job? Yes. Did we all think that the Big Show is going to be involved? Yes. It was spoilers all over the YWC. Half of you guys already talked about it. You knew already. It was just a matter of time. And I'm not going to lie, I fell asleep at this match and I had to go back and rewind it. Yes, unfortunately, I actually did buy this crap because the stream went out, but regardless, oh boy, I really wish I didn't, because that was probably the most boring, absolutely downright freaking boring main event I've ever watched in my life. It was worse, mind you, worse. And I didn't think that I didn't think that any match could top how bad that match was. And nothing I thought could top Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler. I thought nothing can top the monstrosity and the ridiculousness of that match. But that match topped it. I'm sorry. That match is almost at a dead heat with how bad that match is. Compared to Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler, I'm sorry, it's almost a tie. And I fell asleep and I had to rewind back to watch what happened. It was horrible. Gosh, it took so long. And it should have just ended right then and there. And it just kept going on forever. It was such a bad match. And I'm sorry. This whole pay-per-view was not worth the buy. I regret buying it, but I am a true wrestling fan, mind you. So I will suffer through it as much as I possibly can if I can't get my stream to work, which I didn't. So unfortunately, it sucks to be me, the fact that I actually bought this thing. And yeah, it was a real bad pay-per-view. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say this right now. After Raw, I'm cutting out for a whole week because I'm kind of tapped out. I'm burnt from watching this stuff. I kind of want to take a break, and I kind of just want to be a wrestling fan for a while. So after Raw tomorrow, I'm just going to have at least a week hiatus where I'm not going to do any reviews or any discussions or anything. I'm going to be off Facebook. I'm going to be off Twitter, and I don't even know how to tweet. As you can tell, I probably completely Twitter bombed everybody from watching this thing. But regardless, I'm going to take a week off, and then the week after next, if I feel up to it, I'll probably go back and do my reviews again. But anyway, this is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. See you later tomorrow on Raw.